Greetings and salutations. I'm Ben, and that's Terry, and this is Canucks with Guitars, presented by the people that it's presented by, which would be LPD Pedals, Reno Fin Custom Guitars, not factory. Well, they're factory custom. Tesi Switch, Master 8 Strings back in stock, FU Tone, PTM Guitars, Flipside Music, and of course, Ardens Music. Yay!
Yay!
There's live Q&A, mostly guitar related. We'll also talk about pedals, amplifiers, picks, cables, capos, music stands, guitar stands, polishing compounds, strings, tuners, bridges, pickups, and pick guards. Yep. We've got in the chat already Janice Lala, Charles 75N, Guitar Man 45, Marcy, LRM Guitars, not to be confused with L&M Guitars, Martin Lemaire, Symmetry, Joe Hervey 84, Thomas Santiago, Billy Baloney, Ferd Burfel, winner of last night's t-shirt.
Yeah, awesome.
He went for the Led Zeppelin flavor.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, makes sense based off the contest. I didn't go into that till I just said it now. Who else do we have? Martin Lemaire. That's right. Symmetry in here nice and early. Billy Baloney in here first. Dwight Bailey, the Hitman. We've got Ryan Hall. And we've got more, I'm sure, joining in. I blame the lack of parking, Terry, tonight. That's why we only have 17 patrons in so early. I blame parking. Yep. Seems plausible. No, it doesn't.
So should we mention that very possible if you haven't became a channel member yet, there might actually be 50% off your first year's channel member.
Yeah.
First month is channel member.
Okay. Yeah. We don't want to get
first year would be nice, I'm sure. But
yeah. Oh, Billy Baloney Ubered. Smart move. Hey, Julia.
Nice.
Excuse me.
Hey, Julia.
So, yeah. I heard about that. Terry found out because he's like, you know what? He's like, I'm co-host of Canucks with Guitars, eh? I'm like, yep. And he's like, why am I not on the Zoom calls? I'm like, are you a patron? No. Are you a channel member? No. But I'm co-host of the show. I'm like, that's not who it's for. They're just going to pick your brain the same as mine. He's like, I don't mind. And then he's like, hey, a fellow's a member. And I was like, hey, I was going to send you the link anyways, actually, on Saturday. That was the point, because I knew you were up, because we were in RJ's chat together. And then he's like, I became a member. I'm like, you just wanted the toque. And he's like, well, yeah. YouTube has a proper toque emoji. A fellow's got to become a member. It's same as like glass saxophone emojis. Those aren't stock. They're not factory.
Well, like I said, as much as it would have been cool to join people and kind of do it on a free level, I mean, it just makes sense for me to buy into the low tier. And then and
now you can say it as an unbiased. You've participated. I think it's worth it.
Yep.
You know,
oh yeah.
If one of my favorite channels did a similar situation, I'd probably be a member of their channel, but I'm not because they don't. We've also got Blackjack Guitar here. We got Scott Brockway, Robot Master Switch. He says, I'm trying to start a one-man hardcore punk band, but I don't have enough rage for 3. I come pretty close, though.
Oh, jeez.
What's up, Randy Price and Absolute Mayhem? See, 25. More parking. They opened up the east lot. They opened up the eastern lot, folks. There's plenty of parking if you're listening on the radio while you're circling looking for a spot. Sure, we're going to keep up with that.
Seriously, Absolute Mayhem? Wow.
Oh, wow. Well, there we are. Sad to hear, but these things happen. Unfortunately, everybody passes at one time or another. Wow. I want to also shout out Charles Green, last night's guest. I almost said last night's host. Nope, that was me. No thanks to myself. Charles Green with some more awesome stories. You know, I was thinking about it, Terry. I think he only told basically 4 stories, all in 2 hours. But we took tangents along the way, right?
Mm-hmm.
And plus, we actually got to talk about the scene as much as anything. Sunset Strip scene. Yep, there's more to it than that. Like, depending on the day of the week, depends on the flavor of music you're going to hear.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that was kind of the cool thing about last night is because instead of Charles going on with like about 8 or 10 dozen little story bits, he stayed on course and only did 4. And I mean, I would rather hear 4 really detailed,
I would,
or a small amount of them.
it's like watching a documentary on a band as opposed to a 5 minute interview in a way.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I've ever heard a better story about a leather jacket in my life.
Yeah.
That was a cool story. Um, yeah.
Yeah. I have to admit, yeah, that is kind of a unique situation. It would be almost like in a similar vein as say like, hey, I got a brand new Gibson, I just bought it, and they're bringing it over for the show. Sorry, I can't let you in. But
Yep.
it's the guy on stage's new guitar. He needs it for the show. Sorry, I can't let you in.
Yeah, you're not on the list.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and I'll be hashing a few more stories out with Charles, I'm sure, this coming Saturday when I'm going to invade the Show Me Your Pick show. Actually, the flavor of the band for that show is going to be Nazareth. So we'll talk about Nazareth.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look, he's playing bagpipes on stage. Nope, that's the guitar player's talk box. They just put it through that set of bagpipes. So it looked like he's playing bagpipes, but really it was a talk box.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't know that about that one song.
I got a concert DVD. I watched it more than once, so I'm an expert now. So, I always liked the band. So, interesting, Randy. I don't know if I've ever. No, I did briefly do a hangout with Neil somewhere.
I was going to say, name doesn't sound familiar
to me. He builds some EVH replica guitars. He does some acting as well. He's an actor. Not saying I saw him on... What the hell was that? Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Not saying he was on that back in the day for a few episodes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That definitely was.
Not saying I've watched a few Van Halen-based live streams, Terry, and I'm going, that guy looks familiar, and I don't know why. A fellow put up his headshot on the Insta-face thing. I don't know. And, hey, hit Metalworks. And so, I threw him into the database there. Have you ever done anything to ever do with a movie? You throw in your name in the database, and his name came up, and I went, Nope. Oh, there it is, because the ex used to watch the show.
Yeah, I used to watch the show, so if I probably would have been watching, I might have recognized him, depending on what season.
What's up, Paul McNary? Now, Terry, something else now. See, you got the witness, the awesomeness known as Paul McNary. Now, that man has the setup with all the pins right there, right? They're all right there.
I was going to say that on the Zoom call. I'm like, damn, Paul's got it right. He's got the big recliner, soft, comfy thing.
Yeah, he's got the intergalactic station there, and
he just needs to have the one arm flip up and have like the mini refrigerator.
I am pretty sure he has the fridge right off camera. It seems. I don't know. And then he comes back and he's got one of those barrels with a handle on it that he's sipping on.
When I seen that too, I was like going, "Damn, that'd be nice."
I love Paul.
But yeah, getting back to like my experience on the Zoom call on Saturday, it was awesome. And especially the amount of people that came in. There was, at one point in time, I think 12 people. So, I mean, anyone else
12,
out
13,
there.
it was floating around there because we had people come and go, and then people have notes and forget and stuff. And then
People with mic
I just brought
issues.
fruitcake Tony under the bus. But yeah, and it's it's morning for some and afternoon for others, and then we'll be doing another one maybe Wednesday of next week, Wednesday early evening. We'll see on that. I'm not sure. I got to check my schedule first, and I got to check Charles's schedule.
Yeah.
Charles's yeah, all of them. I'll check all the Charles's schedules. Yeah. No, mine was talk too much in class, Marcy. Talk too much in class. Never shut up. Good thing I do, I talk for a living now. You're good? All right. I'll let you know if I'm good before we're good. He's good. All right. So we have 50% tentative goodness. That's good. Yeah. So if you guys have any questions on gear, ask away. Brad Guitar Miller finally decided to join us. That's nice. He joins in sometimes on the Zoom calls. Sometimes while he's driving. Other times he's busy, and then his wife shows up on occasion too. It's a family atmosphere. You see various family members. Guitar Man 45 shows up. You don't know who's showing up.
Yeah.
It's great.
Hey, Zach and
they say hello.
Keith Campbell.
Yeah. Hey, Keith and Zach Thong.
So if anyone's looking for movies, I did watch two movies today, just before actually now. The first movie I watched was actually produced by Apple. Something I'm not normally a fan of is an Apple product, but...
So it wasn't even produced by a human? It was just produced by a conglomerate?
Just produced by Apple. And
sure.
It's an animated movie called Luck.
Okay.
With a lot of cool, famous actors doing the voices behind the characters. And if you're looking for like a movie to... watch yourself, or more so watch with your kids. This was a really awesome movie that talked about, good luck and bad luck.
Cool.
The other movie, I would suggest that you watch it with the subtitles on, was the new Prey movie. Beautiful backgrounds and outdoors in it. Most of the movie is the dialogue is all in, I believe, Comanche, whatever the Comanche Indians spoke. And there was some parts of the movie that actually was French. But anyways, that's the movie that basically is when the predators first come to Earth and start hunting humans. And one of their first sets of people that they actually get involved with are actually the natives. So I'll just leave it at that. But
gotcha.
It was a very good movie.
Nice. We got 33 folks tuned in now. Please leave a thumbs up. Helps me out with algorithms apparently, or something. I don't know. My YouTube overlords say I should mention it during a show or something.
What part of America was it?
I'd imagine the Southwest. Or possibly Louisiana if there's French and Comanche.
Yeah, all I know is at the end of the movie in the credits, it thanked the Comanches. So it maybe was done in Comanche territory, wherever that would be in the States.
I believe the Southwest, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Although on Canucks with guitars, I'm not an expert on Native American culture south of the border.
Yeah.
There's a lot tell you which tribes were where in Canada, but anywho's. Let's see here. Papa Blue's in here apparently, because I see Billy Baloney talking to him. There he is.
The movies I was talking about were Luck and the new Prey movie, which is based on Predator.
Oh, Michael B. That's a priority, because we're sending all the heat to you. So you're going to need all the AC. So Godspeed with that. Where's the new gear? I have no new gear yet at this time. I'm in a holding pattern. Scott. Hey, Southern Shade. Good to see you.
I just realized what he had said there, and then was like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, here we go. We have a question. Robot Master Switch says, Ben, Terry, yes. I have a Gretsch question. Sweet. Does the floating wooden bridge munch up intonation much? Or no, it says much up. Maybe it's muck up intonation much. I kind of want a sensor type. How to manage feedback. Okay, so not all wooden bridges are actually the same. And what I mean by that is some have a steel pin either sticking out of the body or out of the bridge, and there will be a corresponding hole. So
Yeah.
it's not a fixed bridge, but it's not floating either. It's tethered, anchored, I guess.
Anchored. It's anchored.
Oh, let's go with anchored.
Would be the right term.
So that's a possibility. Also, once you set the intonation, the string tension holds it in place, so that's okay. It's one of those, if your intonation's already set, that's one of those guitars you just change the strings one at a time.
Yeah.
Then your bridge will not move. Bob's your uncle. So you're good to go there. Okay, as far as controlling feedback, don't face your amplifier. That's the first thing. Use your body as a shield. You want to cock block your guitar with your amplifier as much as possible. He's trying to, I'm going to get, no, you're not. And I'm going to go, no, you're not. Just keep so. Beyond that, noise gate definitely will help.
Yeah.
Also, as a last resort, you can stuff the guitar.
More than
one feller has sent his tech off to the merch table to grab some T-shirts off the merch table into the guitar, or towels as well, stuff like that. But I don't like that because it kills the sound in many ways. Then you might as well just have a solid body at that point. There's no point. The biggest thing is, and depending on how much gain you're using, they're not that feedbacky. You'd be surprised. It's not an immediate thing. As soon as you start adding gain, yes. Though.
Probably. I would say probably low to mid would probably be fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and like I say, the biggest thing is just keep your body between that and. Oh, geez, that's all the root beer. Use your body as a shield and noise gate. Why not? Keith Campbell asks, happy with the Kramer build so far? Sure. I have no complaints. Other than I can't find the bloody volume pot. It's around somewhere. The replacement one. I got the factory one, but I want to put the better one in. So we shall see how that goes. I gotta look up the wiring too. We'll do that before I wire it. Let's see. There we go. Aside from dropping, losing, misplacing, blinding yourself. Well, yeah. No problem, Merle.
Yeah, I was just going to add, another thing I also recently found out was when I was watching about the Guild Starfire 1 series of semis, and they actually are almost fully hollow body, but in their instance, what they do to try to help combat it without keeping it being a full hollow body is they actually put small wooden blocks. So they don't use a block that's the full size, but just like one that's just enough that fills the gap between the top and the bottom.
Yeah. And instead of having the complete slab running front to back like a 335, they've cut out some of that, taken out half that. Yep.
But that's a little bit more difficult to do to a pre-made guitar.
Yeah. I wouldn't recommend it at all to modify a guitar. Dwight Bailey says, hello, Ben. Hello, Dwight. Hey, I got a Jackson bass guitar, adding some bass now. Good. That's cool. Patrick's here. Good to see Patrick Traits. Who else do we got? All right. Whoop. Why'd that flash at me? Been looking at Gretches today, GuitarMan45 says. Don't know if I should get a hollow block or a solid. What do you guys think? I don't know if Gretsch actually makes a full hollow body. Or a full solid body, sorry. Because the jet's chambered to death. So that's not a solid body. That's chambered. It
The
is so
only
hot.
thing that I think of it's chambered is like that one that you had gotten. I think some of those $400 jobbies are kind of, they're not full, but they're it's close to like
Oh,
a.
they're still full chambered.
Hmm.
Yeah. On all of them, you can pop out the pickup selector and see down the other end, or master pop. Yeah, yeah. Trust me, you
But
can.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying is like that's the only one that I
Yeah.
know of that's close to
Beyond
being.
that, they're all semi hollows and full hollows for the most
Yeah.
part. Um,
Now it's interesting. Robot Master Switch mentioned he used to put underwear in his Sheridan until the youth pastor asked him to stop. Now, interesting is I did own a Sheridan. I never had a feedback issue with it compared to say the J Turner GT133 hollow that I had.
all right, I'm actually going to try this. I'm going to take this seriously. Rainy Price says, Ben, talk me out of buying a Richie Kotzen Telly. Okay. Do you like huge necks on guitars? Unless you say yes, don't buy it. Do you like the sound of mini humbucker pickups? Because they are a sound. If you don't like that, don't buy it.
Don't want to pay
Beyond
a
that,
lot of money. Don't buy it.
beyond that, I don't know what else I can say. Okay, he says yes to the large neck. Well, there you go. So the other thing would be the pickups, which you can't you can't swap mode if you want, anyways. That's the biggest the biggest reason for buying Kotzatelli is you getting a made in Japan telly, which are hard to come by these days. Which, if you're into that, the made in Japan tellies. Other than that, it's kind of a custom op because it's not really Fender pickups per se. I think they might be Duncans.
Yeah,
But,
I think
but
that
it's
one
got the
is a
big neck.
Fender and one's a stacked, probably.
No, they're both mini hums in one way or the other.
Really?
Like one's a dual blade and one's a stacked.
Unless it's a different model than I'm thinking of.
And anytime they're hum canceling, I don't care what that's a humbucker. If it's hum canceling, it's a humbucker. Because that's the whole thing.
Enough.
Sub John Shane, and it totally changes the sound because you get rid of the buzz. And
Congrats on the bass, Dwight. It'll be interesting.
Mm-hmm. All right, so he says, I love chunky necks. Had a ESP Strat that had mini humbuckers, JB Jr., Duck Bucker, and Lowell 59. All right, well then, I can't talk you out of that one. Hey, RJ, my friend. Great to see you.
Hey, RJ. Getting back to what LRM guitars, not L&M or whatever I was calling them.
Not LN. Yes.
LRM says chambered, you pay for wood and they remove it. Makes no sense. I agree. But the problem is when you're talking about chambered instruments in the case of like a hollow body or a semi-hollow, most instances, most of those tops and backs are laminated. So that's where you're paying the extra money for.
Also, yeah, but completely different. You can't compare a chambered guitar to a semi-hollow or a hollow. It's completely different build. Because it is solid wood around the sides as opposed to a thin piece of wood and what do they call it? Purfling? No, purfling's the fancy stuff.
Perforating?
But when you look and it's like it's all little notches to move it around the wood, like the reverse binding around the inside. Like because they're built like an acoustic, they're not built like an electric.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Chambering, you're just letting the CNC machine go to town and removing all of it before you put a maple cap on top. That's it. It's because they are the same. Basically, they're constructed the same as a Les Paul, just more weight relief to the point. It's complete weight relief to the point of chambering it. Whereas with a Les Paul, especially if they're doing the moderate weight relief, where they're doing that fan out teardrops, where they're removing all the wood around that whole lower bout. Which you think that's why they're not as heavy anymore. It used to be a Les Paul would always slide off your leg, like be the opposite of neck dive, like the Norland era ones. I kind of miss that. I'm just saying, I kind of miss that. Still searching for a delay, stereo in, stereo out delay. Still haven't decided yet. Although the Memory Man Deluxe so far is the leading contender for price. Although that new Keeley, the Halo, I think it's called, which is basically 2 memory mans in one. What's better than a memory man, Terry? 2? Yep.
Yeah.
Sure. And so I might have to order me up one of them.
Okay.
15.
Yeah, and it's pretty pricey too.
Well, sort of. Remember, you can save 15%.
True, but what I'm seeing here, Canada side wise, it's $4.
Yeah. Convert that to US dollars and then save 15% US. Because it's the same price in the US, but 15% off. If you use coupon code Canucks at tesiswitch.com for all your Keeley pedal needs.
True.
Yeah.
But basically same price range, which is interesting.
And then think about, I got to replace one tube in the old Fender. I just want to replace the first tube because it's the only one that does really any work in that thing. TesiSwitch.com, Guitar Man 45, because the coupon code Canucks works site-wide on any product. It's not just on Tesi Switches. So, yes, Switch. I can take the banner off. It's been up for half an hour. That's fine. We got all the advertising in there. There's links to cool stuff, down below. The new Keeley Moon op amp fuzz is looking compelling, right? I was looking at that too, actually, for some reason. Can you highlight a John DeShade comment so we can all see his new pick? Sure. There it is. He's rocking the Friedman avatar.
Ooh, nice.
Excuse me. That's all the root beer. So treat. See? Yeah, he's a fan. What else we got? Norland era Les Pauls will put your leg to sleep. That's true. That's true. I used to play mine for a couple of songs, and I had to sit down. The thing was 1/10 my body. I think I weighed 125 pounds, and it weighed 12 and a half. So that's 10%.
Pancake bodies wouldn't be so heavy.
That's all the glue. Glue is denser than wood.
Probably true. Interesting.
That's what my thought was. Especially because it all saturates into the wood at every joint too, right? So it's
there's
a lot of compounds in there and such. So.
And depending on how many pieces they've put into the layer, because a lot of them had 3-piece tops, and then if you put another layer and then another layer, that's like 5 pieces.
Oh, the pancakes it could be up to 7 layers of mahogany.
Jeez.
But then they hog down a fair amount of it, and then 2 to 3-piece top.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, not a lot of the 3-piece, still a lot of 2s, but they weren't necessarily It was kind of back to 1958. A lot of plain tops and stuff.
Yeah.
So, hey, T. Ricky, good to see you, my friend.
Yeah, I was going to mention I was in for Big D's stream on Saturday night, and he actually has a Norland coming from Hawaii.
Oh, yeah?
Get this. Because of it being in Hawaii, all the layers are separating.
Oof.
So his job is going to be to try to get all the layers separated and re-glue them back together.
If that wood's warped, you're not going to be able to straighten that out.
Yeah, that's what he said. That'll be a big challenge.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't see it happening. Hey, Sean Hockey. Good to see you, my man. Awesome. What else?
He scores.
I was messing around. Here, hang on. Excuse me. I was playing with this today, and yesterday, and today. And because I had to swap out. Oh, yeah. We talked about it on the Zoom call. But I don't know who designed this pedal. I don't care who designed the circuit, Terry. Who I care about is who designed the casing. Scott Brockway, you've seen a lot of pedals. Who puts the power jack right next? Like, you got all this real estate. You got all the real estate.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know, was it Sound Tank series? I don't know. It doesn't say Sound Tank on it. But it's an Ibanez. Made in Japan, you know. But, yeah. I picked it up, I don't know, a month or so ago and finally plugged it in, played around with it. It does a thing. It's not a Sound Tank. There we go. Hashtag not a Sound Tank. So, yeah, the compressor limit. I'm gonna back up to like 6 compressors, Terry, and I don't use a compressor on my board, so I don't really need 5 compressors.
Now, was that what you were playing there just before I came in
That was the
pre-show?
compressor that was hitting the front end of my signal earlier. Yes. Well, yeah, you heard it with 2 overdrives as well.
Yeah, so it's a dud in more than one way.
Not at all. Not at all.
Well, to me, and like what you were saying, you were hoping that it was going to do.
No, it does what. No, it does actually what I wanted to do, which I didn't want an overly squishy compressor, and it does switch
Okay.
clean, but with gain, it's transparent. Other than it does a slight shift in the mids, very slight. It makes it a little more focused and gives it a bit of a more, for lack of a term, retro sound. Yeah, I've tried the Cali 76. It was all right. I got a Keeley. It does what I need to do. When I need a compressor, I got a Boss compressor if I want to use it. Got the BBE compressor, which I never use. I got lots of compressors I don't use. That's for sure.
Yeah, when you're talking about it there, it definitely reminds me of my one and only ever compressor pedal I had, which was, again, back when I first was getting into the guitar.
I want to try this with the bass.
It was an Ardens or Area Pro 2 in the plastic case.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was compressor sustainer. And that thing, it would compress it and then it would like sustain. And it was like crazy sustain. I was like, wow.
Yeah, I'm going to try this with the basses too. I'm curious to see how it's going to work with the bass. But then it's going up for sale. So I done it. I played with it. I don't know if I feel like shooting a demo on it, so I'm going to throw it up online. So, unless somebody collects Ibanez pedals, hit me up if you're interested. So we can do a deal. Because I snagged it up for a deal, so I'll pass it along for a deal.
Hey, Charles. Not sure if you just came in or not.
Oh, Charles has been lurking.
Well,
trying to add his 2 cents. But with conversion rates, it comes out as 4.5 Canadian for some reason. I don't know.
Well, since he's so popular now with doing fabric tops.
He is Mr. Fabric Top. Oh, I want to say hey to Philly G Guitar Man and Presley's California Customs, which I always think is auto custom. Because here, California Customs, I just assume cars.
Yeah, you're right. Kind of thinking that too. Because I think I remember that. I went there and I'm like thinking, oh, it must be a car custom.
Yeah, it's like, we're building a teal 53 Buick. Yes. You know.
Then you find out it's a Stratocaster. Oh, okay.
Well, no, it's the other thing. They do up a classic car and you get the color matching Strat to go along with it, right? Or guitar of choice. I like that. Yeah. Custom paint on the car, custom colored guitar to go with it. I'm sure Billy Gibbons has done that.
Good question by Symmetry.
Actually, you might. For heavier stuff, a compressor can improve your attack.
Yeah.
Similar to way you would gate something, but not the same. Similar, but not the same. Hardtail, yeah. Well, hey, Jim Woodard. I do want to get a MXR Super Comp because that's another industry standard. But I'll wait until I see one. You know, Terry? It's like I'm not going to go out and buy one, but if I happen to be at a fucking yard sale and there's one sitting there, then I'll pick it up. But what else? Need to pick up some tuners, some Tele tuners.
Oh yeah, for that neck.
Yeah, for that neck. because tuners. I was playing my 67 again, and which has the same tuners, and they're night and day better. So that's why I know like how bad the tuners are on the 71. Which I'm guessing in a previous life, my cousin probably was putting, like restoring an older telly and swap the tuners. Like that was a parts telly as a donor telly for a lot of stuff. That's my guess. Fun fact, Zach Thong and Absolute Mayhem have met in real life. Just a random fun fact from the chat.
Oh, nice.
Hey, Dan, New Jersey. What's going on, my friend?
Amazon's cheapest logging tuner challenge.
I was going to say, what's everyone's favorite compressor? Doug's going to say air. What's up, Doug? Down and Back Cornhole Podcast. Big things are coming up on that channel, Terry. Oh, I got the lowdown today. There's been a bit of shenanigans and drama in the world of cornhole, professional cornhole, and sounds like Doug's pretty much has all the main players involved going to be appearing on his show in the next few weeks. So, just saying.
Interesting.
Big freaking things, see? This is how I know. All right, so for favorite compressors, we've got Wampler Ego, okay, Keeley compressor. Yep. I'm going to say a couple industry standards right there. I've seen both on lots of boards. Anyone ever tried a Schecter Stargazer? It's sort of a retro Rickenbacker looking thing. I have not, Michael Kraus.
Schecter Stargazer.
Robot Master says, I want an OG Keeley compressor and a Wampler Ego is also dope. Fair enough.
Well, let's see what one was.
I'm also curious, did Keith Campbell watch the IndyCar race from Nashville? I asked RJ during his show if he was going to go to the IndyCar race, and he said no. You would have missed the Demolition Derby.
That's actually...
That too, Keith. All I'm saying, Terry, is when you see at the end of the race, one of the wrecker trucks leaving the track. Let's see if this focuses.
Oh my God.
Those are all nose cones off various race cars from the race.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah. That's so without giving any spoilers, Keith. Yeah. Woo. Oh, yeah. Shenanifest.
So let's see here.
Played catch up yesterday, no doubt. Yeah. Well, yeah, both races were rain delayed, too, yesterday, so. Looks like garbage truck, I bet. What do we got here? We got screen share.
Found the Schecter Stargazer.
Oh, yeah. That does kind of look like Schecter's take on a Ricky, doesn't it?
And also kind of the, what you had.
No, it's not a Jet King. No, but I know what I see? Shades of an Ibanez Iceman right in the way of the neck, that upper horn.
That's what I mean. It kind of looks a little offset.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the Jet King was completely different.
But that's a red one. There's also a black one, but that one to me looks really kind of pretty. I'm surprised that, I guess maybe it was just probably too off and quirky enough that maybe...
Oh, there's the one I had. Right there. All right, so... you already stopped sharing your screen. All right, well, then I don't have to do that half. We're already halfway there. And then I share my screen. I go here. I go here. And the one that I've highlighted to the right looks just like the one I had. That right there. I played that sucker a lot. 2 P90s. Love this tailpiece because it was great for doing rakes behind because it was all weird sounding. Knobs well out of the way. Yeah. Should not have got rid of that. So, yeah, and it was you could get it with a Bixby too.
Yeah, you can see that Bixby. Wow.
What's up, Doug and Lawrence?
Hey.
Lawrence says, "Hey everyone, just taking a break from home remodel." Oh, geez, Louise, man, oh yeah, I forgot you're yeah. Pop in and say hello. I hope everyone's well. Having a good week so far. So far, so good, Lawrence. Thank you for supplying continued good tones. Still loving the Dutch, as I know it was last known as. Mine doesn't say it on there, but I'll call it that to try to stay concurrent. No. Continuity. That's it. Continuity.
Hey,
Happy. Good to see you.
Home remodeling, is that so you can make more room to work, or?
No, that's keeping the wife happy. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Very much so. Lawrence has allowed his one little room, and that's it. On brand. Thank you, John. Need to get the lingo and or the vernacular correct on that one, so yes. I can't announce this coming Sunday's guest yet because stuff's in the air. We're trying to get a couple YouTubers on together because they co-host a show together. We're trying to get them on one Sunday, but I don't know which Sunday yet, so I'm not saying who it was. I did mention it during the Zoom call who it was, but I'm not saying publicly. Yes, Sean Hockey. We heard just after the show started, somebody had mentioned that in the chat. Rest in peace, Olivia Newton-John. Yes.
Yeah.
Charles was great last night, Keith. I fully agree. Yeah, we were talking about, great stories as well as talking about the scene and the bird's eye view of things and nomenclature. That's a big word for this show, but we'll use it and possibly use it correctly.
I didn't think she was that old, but apparently she was 73.
I was going to say in her 70s. Thought so.
Oh, that's why. Singer revealed in September 2018 she was treating cancer at the base of her spine. It was her third cancer diagnosis, following bouts of breast in the early 90s and in 2000.
I was going to say she's had health issues for a long time.
Yeah. To look at her, you'd never think it, though.
No. Nope. All right. Anybody have any other new gear they're looking for or at? Anything new that's come out? Curious about?
Well, maybe short discussion about the new 3/4 Epiphones.
There's new 3/4 Epiphones?
Power Stage or something they're called. But they're 22 and whatever inch scale, and they were 3/4 size.
I assume they're meant for kids as student guitars.
Yeah, kind of.
I've never played one that really played right, so I'll hold judgment until I see one and try one, but most of that stuff, it's gimmicky at best.
They got...
I find they're hard to play because you got to tune them up and strings are hard to bend, and it's like I don't see how a kid might as well just start get them. Oh well, good luck finding a hardtail Wolfgang. But I was going to say get something like a Wolfgang is a small guitar. It's already a 3/4 size guitar in my opinion.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they got an SG version and an LP version.
A buddy of mine, he was one of those kids that started taking guitar lessons like Mel Bay shit, whatever. When he was 8, he was playing a Fender Lead 2. I was going to say a Strat, but it was actually a Lead 2. Which he really should have sold in the 90s. Because those things shot up in value. And now they're not worth as much. Because they re-released them.
Yeah, I was just going to say
And
that.
it really didn't improve the value of the originals.
Let's see here. Absolute mayhem. Happy wife, happy blank life. Very true, usually. And can be applied the other way around as well, too.
I didn't have all this when I was in a relationship. Saying. What's up, Eddie? Eddie Van Haskell, one of the OG troublemakers of this chat. Just saying. You know, Terry, fun fact about Eddie Van Haskell. Very first subscriber ever to my channel that didn't come, like, say, from another channel.
Really?
You know what I mean? Like, I think he was my first organic subscriber. That I don't know how Eddie found out about this channel. I think it's an industry secret. He signed an NDA or something, so he's not able to say. But I remember because Eddie was in my chat, it seemed like from day one. And I was like, I don't recall seeing Eddie in any other chats. I have no idea how he discovered.
The only other place I remember seeing Eddie, and maybe it was the first place, was from the Hockey Buzz chat. Which might have been how he stumbled on you.
Now, Sean Hockey says, "Hey guys, your opinion on scalloped frets? Good, bad, interested? Being interested, help me." All right, I assume you mean scalloped fretboards, because scalloped frets would just be sharp and wouldn't intonate, because you want 1 point on a fret, not 2, right? So scalloped fretboards, I have zero use for them myself. I'm too heavy a handed player with my left hand that I could ever weigh out the string pressure required to not push it sharp.
Yeah. I would probably fall under the same boat as well, too, even though I'm not super heavy. I can vary my touch pretty good. But, yeah, I mean, it's a subjective thing with scallop frets.
Have you tried it?
Like I said, the one time I actually did, it was,
Okay.
That was probably also when I wasn't as skilled for finger pressure, so.
I don't know. Like, I'm not going to say a time, like a length of time playing, because the last time I tried, because my buddy John, I think he still has it. He has an Ingwe Strat, and he loved playing it because they played. They're a metal band, but they also played like some Maiden covers, so lots of runs and stuff. So it made sense, a lot of single note stuff. But I tried it, and I just, go to play a C chord, just, ooh, that's just wrong.
That's kind of what I was going to say was what John DeShane was saying.
Also, fun fact, you never want to try cape wing a guitar that has a scallop fretboard.
Oh, that'd be a mess.
Because you're clearly going to have to retune it. Clearly.
You'd be probably pulling close to a whole note, too.
Yeah. So,
but yeah. If you're one of these people that definitely is like heavy-handed in the way of putting your fingers hard on the fretboard, I definitely wouldn't.
You have to have a light touch. Like if you have no problem playing with super tall frets, you'd probably get away with it.
Yeah.
Hey, Dale Boyle Music. What's happening, my friend? He says, have you checked out the new Godin prices? No. However, we can do that.
I don't know. That leaves it up to, is it a good thing or a bad thing?
Let's go over to our friends over at Ardens Music at ardensmusic.com, because they are a Godin dealer. So here, let's do the full effect. So we'll go to their homepage and we'll share the screen until I fry out. Share screen. That's what I want to do, right? Yes. Every time, Ben. Every time. There we go. Boom. This is Ardens Music. Player play. New kind of player. Never been a fan of the fades, Terry. Pick a color.
Some of the fades are...
Although, that bass, if I'm going to own a green bass in my life, it's this PJ right here.
Yeah, that is nice.
Oh, I like that. Okay, moving on, because Ben doesn't need to spend money on that. All right, why don't we just go up shop brands, right? Who do we look for? Godin. 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 The nylon series of Godins. Don't care. I assume. All right, here we go. We got a used, so we'll pretend we didn't see that. All right, so we got a Godin Etude, and now these are Canadian prices, folks, because it's a Canadian website from a Canadian music store selling Canadian guitars. So that's why we're in Canadian. Godin Etude nylon string for which harken back last week, Terry. That $675, $700 range. So apparently they have an iron in that fire.
Yeah.
Fifth Avenue, still not bad. Your jazz box for $800, sure. The Sesson HT, nice guitar, hardtail, mind you. That's creeping up. I think they went up about 25.
That's what I was just gonna say. They look like they've gone up a little bit. Okay, yeah. Going over these prices, it's.
Then we got the Radium. Yeah, that has a bit of a BC Rich vibe, does it not? Like an old school.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, out of stock. All right. Well, I'm not worried about it. I'm not buying one. I don't know. Is it a Telly? Is it Les Paul?
Yeah, it's kind of weird with the Les Paul.
That's the thing with Godins. They always do something weird, Terry, that keeps me from buying one of their guitars. They got to do something weird, and it's got all great stuff. Like we got bodies, mahogany snash / Canadian Laurentian basswood. Oh, sure.
Wow.
So locally sourced because they're basically in the Laurentians. Top material, Laurentian basswood, sure. Semi-gloss because we didn't feel like fully buffing it out. Color is Winchester brown, sure. Mahogany neck, D neck, 12-inch radius, rosewood fretboard, pearloid dots, of course, 22 frets, sure. 24 3/4, yep. Not that wide. It's got a new bone graph tech, sure. Wrap around soap, stop bar, sure. Closed gear tuner, sure. It's got the custom Godin humbucker. It's got a custom Cajun nickel single coil and a custom Godin humbucker in the bridge. All right. One master, one tone with the push-pull / coil split. 5-way blade pickup switch. Sure. 10 to 46s on it. Well, there we are. But we're out of stock. All right. Well, anyways. You're keeping an eye on the chat, I assume, Terry, because I'm just looking at the website. What do we got?
Just some of the comments like mercy, mercy, mercy. John Deshane says, don't get me started on that subject here in Canada at the moment. Whatever that is.
Now, did Dale Boyle mention a specific guitar we should be looking at? That's what I'm curious. Some stores have not uploaded the prices yet. Check Cosmo. Oh, updated prices. Check Cosmo. All right. Let's go over
it's a price increase, which seems to be what everyone is doing lately.
All right. Well, we just had a flavor of what that stuff was, so let's go to Cosmo. It says go to Cosmo.
Yeah, to me, those prices seem like they're $25 to $100 higher than when I was last looking at them.
Godin. We do the search for the Godin. Over to the sharing of the screen. Then we share the screen. Then we go over to here we see. That's what we wanted. Then we share.
Papa Blue with a question.
All right, well, pin it. Hang on. I'm looking at guitars first. Ooh, okay. Well, no, that's a different classical, so I can't say ooh yet. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, let's go down. All right, there's a set. Whoa, wow, 1150. That's a bit. Yeah, that's big.
Oh wow!
Because it was what, 8 1/4.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's
3 1/4. Wow.
Jump.
Wow. That on a sticker shop. What is that? A fretless oud. Okay. How long has that been sitting in stock, Terry, waiting to be sold?
Oh God.
Oh yeah, the radiators. I remember looking at one of these. Maybe not $1,300, but Jesus. MSRP 1570. No, it isn't. Oh, it's got the zebra pickups though. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but it's got all the pick guard. I think I sent a picture of one of these to Charles. That's right. It's got all the pick guard, Terry.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's all the pick guard. And then the headstock, the rest of the pick guard. So it's got
Yeah.
all the pick guard.
It's almost like they copied the Gibson Sonics.
And good luck with the pre-orders, Cosmo, because you jacked up the prices apparently, and they're out of stock. So, holy crap! So, what do we got here?
Yeah, I thought those Ardens prices were raised, but now looking at those, holy crap!
Wow. Yeah.
Huh? John DeShane says, and it's all routed under the pickguard.
Huh. Interesting.
That's interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, that's a. Oof.
Dale Boyle says, for example, Stadium HT went from $8.99 to $12.69.
Yeah. I see that. Yeah. Wow. No.
Oh, John Shane goes, it was a joke. Well, you never know.
Yes, that was a goddamn radiator. Radiator. I bought Zach. He says he hasn't bought anything for Cosmo. I picked up this hat at Cosmo, actually, Terry. Fun fact.
Mm-hmm.
The first year I was up there for it, and where did that go? Is that it over there? Yeah.
It's funny because I can say I've honestly bought from the three big chains in Canada. I've bought from Long and McQuaid. I've bought,
and we got the pinup girl guitar strap with all the pinup girls, which I picked this up because Richie actually had the same strap for years.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, that's such a cool strap, and he wouldn't get rid of it to me. So, do I not have any not so fun facts? Not so fun facts. No, not this time. I bet you would. Yeah, Cosmo is great, John. It's huge overhead there, though. I hope they sell a lot online to keep those doors open.
Yeah, and as I was mentioning, one of the other third largest Canadian retailers for music stuff, LA Music.
Yeah, I've never been to LA. Got to go to Tundra though. They're the last of that.
Yeah, Tundra. I would put
where they're just flipping gear. Like
Yeah.
they're gear flippers, and they hunt out the stuff. And you know what's funny though? The fact it was like a year after I'd been there, I realized that the guild that I played there was the one that I've been keeping an eye on forever on Reverb. It's the same guitar. I'm like, dang it. So. But yeah, and it was saying that the prices are all the same. Yeah, well, that's basically law now, I think. Unless you're running some form of a sale.
John says he buys a lot from Cosmo.
Yeah, well, Doug, so are you, in many ways. How many times did you pick your favorite driver to win this year? And how many races has he won this year? That's right. Yep. None. So. Ooh, I was wrong for once. I'm usually right, though. So,
Well, Ben, if you want to really do a not fun fact, you could talk about
He's like, but I was right. Yeah, okay. So for once, Doug was right. Because for once, he called the race winner last week. Is what he's going on about, Terry. Meanwhile, I've done it 3 times this year. So, I'm just saying.
Well, I was just going to say, in your defense, a not fun fact would be how you happen to get a nice, lovely T-shirt from a certain area related to NASCAR,
I'm
and
wearing it
someone else
tomorrow night.
didn't. Yeah.
Well, he was there. He could have picked one up. All he would have had to do is go out front. That's all. Actually, you wouldn't even have to. I'm pretty sure they even have them at the infield souvenir stand. So, because it was the event shirt. Which, I actually like the back better than the front. It's pretty cool. All right, go watch your cornhole on TV there, Doug. Enjoy. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll talk
Say
about
hi
the
to Beavis.
from whatchamacallit, Michigan and Nashville. That's right. You did, Keith. You did. That's true. And I said, you're full of crap, Keith. I was wrong. So there you go. Who knew Fords were going to be fast? I said they've been slow lately, but I figured in their backyard they might do something better. So anyways, on that note, I don't know. Do we have much else to... Oh! The patrons, Terry. Jesus.
Patrons.
You keep interrupting, and I've been trying for half an hour. I swear. Honest. Oh, come on. What? Why did you put all the pedals on top of the fucking notepad, Ben? Because you're a dick. That's right. There we go. Oh, that's attached. I thought it was going to fall off. The pendulum. Ooh. Anyways, the patrons, you get a shout out every week as part of being a patron. You get to see exclusive content over there as well as Zoom hangs. If same benefits as being a channel member, but over there. And I appreciate either or both, because we have a few double dippers. You might hear some channel members also get shout outs because they're the double dippers, as we call them, right, Terry? Mm-hmm. He's like, yeah, I don't know. You read off the names and I nod. That's my part. Yep, that's right. So, starting at the top this week, we've got Guitar Man 45, Symmetry, Paul McNary, Joe C, Keith H, Unfucking Believable, Charles 75N, John ZD 351, JP Page 2, who was on the Zoom call. That was cool to see Jim. Fruitcake Tony, Ben Tom, Blackjack Guitar, Grumpy Mike Guitar, Cousin Todd Flowers, Charles Green, last night's guest. Absolute Mayhem, Other Left, Randy Crooks, Mo Mahogany, LRM Guitars, T. Ricky, Ferd Burfel, last night's contest winner, and Jeff K.
Nice.
Yeah, Jeff K. and Ferd Burfel joined in last month on the patronage.
Keith Campbell.
Ferd might be one of those double dippers. I think Ferd's a channel member too. If I'm not mistaken. I'm just gonna scroll back, look from the save.
Jeff K.
Oh, excuse me.
Keith Campbell says pedal of the week.
Yes, pedal of the week. Hey, Jeff K. Pedal of the week. Oh yeah, see, I don't get to see them in green, but you can't see my cursor, but next to his name, it's got the little, I don't know what that is. It looks like the letter S or something. I don't know. Skateboard wheel or something, but it's got that, so I know. Jeff K has it. Right. Apparently, all I see is members from Robot on down at the moment, so appreciate it, guys. Pedal of the week. What are we going to say? Pedal of the week. All right, pedal of the week, because I fell in love with it again about a week ago. My MXR stereo chorus, Terry. The MXR stereo chorus. I also want to shout out, if you're into pedals, and you want information about the pedals, convenient one-stop shopping is what I'm saying, Terry. And the latest on stuff and reviews, because there's links and information, check out Stompbox Steels blog. Paul Leonard Ewing, he's the chief bottle washer over there. I think he's played every single pedal that's ever been made on this planet, and now he's starting to explore other planets for pedals. I'm pretty sure. But the MXR stereo chorus, because it's got that width, and when you're running it in stereo, it's just... It's just... Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, I'm going to go with, the MXR stereo chorus, which I forgot how much I loved till I put it back on the board, and I'm like, there it is. There it is. Thank you, Terry.
Yeah, apparently on his front page, Monday, August 8th, his post for the Fuzz Poison Noises Gluttonous Fuzz.
Oh, speaking of which, you might want to follow him on the Instagram. That's it. Haunted Labs, one of my favorite builders. Chris Cozart over there. He's teasing a date, Terry, and when a pedal builder just starts putting a date out on social media, that's when you circle that calendar. August 11th. Haunted Labs will have something new August 11th, so check that out. Have you signed up for LPD's mailing list? If you haven't, you're a fool. Same as Tesi Switch. They don't blast you all the time, but they mention stuff. It's good stuff to know. John says I switched from chorus to micro pitch. I never really messed with the micro pitch. I'm not so sure on that. Love yours as well, playing EVH intros. Yeah, I can see that. I have mine set to the width is at like 3 o'clock and the rate is at 9 o'clock. Like there's like next to no rate. What's up, Mark Dillon?
Hey, Mark. Ardens guitar. Yeah, I actually haven't even. I don't think I've looked at his site much, Paul's site much, so I'm just giving it a quick scroll here.
I browse it every once in a while just to see what's stuff that I've missed. Because, hey, when 12 of your favorite YouTubers all release the same pedal one day, Terry, I know about it. But that doesn't mean they do that for every pedal that comes out.
True enough.
Ooh, Eventide. Eventide? Eventide. Both.
Oh.
Yeah, I haven't gotten into any even Eventides. I need a good reverb. Because it's being discontinued, Robot, the LPD Cascade reverb. Because it will go into infinite. It's a plate reverb, which sounds phenomenal. And it's 30% off currently. Because, like I say, it's being discontinued. That's true, Scott. RJ and Pete can make any piece of crap sound great. That's true. Southern Shade says I use micro pitch instead of chorus a lot. Maybe I'll have to look into that. A micro pitch. Who does a affordable micro pitch? I'm looking at you, Scott Brockway. You seem to know what the cheap stuff is. I don't know why I'm throwing you under the bus, but I bet you have an idea. Who's looking at that Tubbs boost and distortion? Doug Strong is. I think that's what he was looking at, that Tubbs pedal. No. Because that's the Rev pedal. I was thinking of a different pedal, not the Sean Tubbs pedal. Maybe it was LRM. Could have been.
Donner Harmonic Square.
The Donner Harmonic Square. Okay. Now, see, that's affordable.
Yep.
Yeah, Keith. Lawrence is discontinuing his chorus, reverb, and delay. And I have them all, and they're all nice pedals. The only drawback is they are mono and not stereo. And the only reason I'm currently, I'm still using one of them. I went stereo chorus, and I'm running stereo reverb, and the delay's only on one side until I get a stereo in, stereo out delay, and that just drops right into place. Well, not really, because I've run out of pedal board, Terry. I don't know if we can see this abomination, but the octave pedal is making a run for the border. It's hanging off the board there. Here you go, folks. See, it's
just a little bit.
And you can see they're crammed in there. They're crammed in there. So
kind of reminds me of the thing that we were talking about on the Zoom on Saturday that I didn't.
That's why you need another pedal board, Terry.
That's why you need more room on your pedal board. Not necessarily just because you can throw more pedals on it.
I just gotta put all my gain on another board, and then I can just run a single cable into this, and then yeah. Yeah. And then I can also add a lot more modulation. I guess why not? Because I
Yeah.
am digging, I will, because I have another chorus before my stereo chorus, like I can run it and it will be, it's still a full wet sound, but with a mono chorus, which has a sound too. So, um, and I wouldn't mind putting the CE2 back on the board too, just for. I need that expanding. The problem is it's only going to expand once, Keith. It's never going to retract. You know what I mean? That's the only thing about that one. But I do want one because I thought they are cool.
Symmetry is still debating on whether chicken head knobs are suitable knobs for a guitar. To me, it depends on the guitar.
Yeah. Let's see here. John Shane says you can have a lot of these high-end pedals. If you sold a bunch of the pedals you have collecting dust. I could, but then I don't have all the pedals that are collecting dust within reach.
Robot Master Switch brings up an interesting point. Certain types of pedals seem to benefit from being expensive. Most modulation, in my opinion, I just give up on cheap ones and look for the master craftsman type products when I can afford it. Yeah, I kind of agree. I mean, like a distortion or fuzz or gain kind of pedal.
It's a
I
very
can kind
simple
of,
circuit, so
yeah,
it's like it doesn't require much. Whereas most modulation and time-based are all digital nowadays,
yeah,
and that isn't cheap.
yeah, exactly. Symmetry. Keyword taxidermy. Okay, well,
Yeah, taxidermy chicken head knobs. No, no.
okay. Knobs made with real chicken heads? No, no. Hard no. Unless you want the people from PETA to be nicely peeved with you.
T. Ricky bought a title last week. Glad I got one before they were gone. I really like it. Yeah, because the title chorus too, you can put the rate all the way down, so it's basically zero, Terry, and then it turns into a comb filter at that point.
Oh,
As you
wow.
then you move the rate around. Yeah, you can't go cheap on modulation, reverb, or delay. Modulation sometimes, but reverbs and delays, I agree. Yeah, unless you want that lo-fi sound, you know. But even then, like if I was going to go analog delay, I'd probably be back to what I was using 10 years ago, which was an MXR carbon copy, which is still a great delay. Which I'm
I
probably going to
honestly
get rid of
was.
if somebody is looking for a carbon copy. What
I
used to be an
will.
industry standard, I have no use for now.
I will say that digital reverb you gave me when I needed help for a reverb, I'd have to say that's a pretty solid, cheap multi reverb pedal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly, Scott. The carbon copy is a great pedal. I have no use for it because I've got both other digital and analog delays, and I don't really use the modulate. I only ever used it for slapback as much as anything else. But now I like digital for multiple delays because I don't want that instant decay.
Yeah.
It's the right amount of jank. It is. Oh, the DD2, yes.
Hmm.
So other than that, do we have anything else tonight?
I dropped 3 acoustic play videos just before the show started.
Well, that's better than dropping 3 acoustic guitars. They don't like to be dropped. Acoustics do not. They'll fold in half. Man,
Oh, reminds me of poor rest in peace Mr. David when he had his Les Paul. Oh.
it's just a custom shop Les Paul, Terry. No big deal, right? Brand new custom shop Les Paul.
Yeah, it still was like, oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah. Do I have the DoD FX64 Icebox stereo chorus? I do not. Charles, why? Why do you just tickle my testicles like that late in the show?
I was gonna
Now,
say, I thought I heard that had good reviews.
No, and then I'd have the trifecta, because then I'd have the stereo chorus, the stereo phaser, and the stereo flanger, because I have the stereo phaser and stereo flanger, which is the FX20B and FX. Christ, that's all the way over there. 75B. But the Icebox, of course. Ooh. Do I have an FX65? Did I just mention that? No. 57. Can't read that one. What's that say? 55B, 20B. No. What's this one down here? Wait. That's a 5. FX35 is my... So I don't have an FX... What's an FX65, Scott? See, no, what? I'm getting teased twice now, Terry, with Dodds. So are you actually trying to get all the Dodds? Pretty much, Michael. I wouldn't mind all the Dodds. That's when I'll go and start getting the dirt. I want to get the modulation Dodds first. You know, wouldn't mind another envelope filter because they're terrible, useless. Ah, okay. The 65B is the older stereo chorus. Ah, okay. Well, I'll have to get them both. See what the difference is.
Meat box. God, that was a crazy name for a pedal.
So there we are. All right, so I'm getting teased with Dodds again. That can happen. Okay. Well, I hear the old man walking around, so we should probably wrap things up. So on that note, that's been Terry. I've been Ben. You've been you, because that's how it works. Unless you change you can change your screen name, but you're still you. Yo, old Dodd Phaser 201. Oh, now you're teasing me, robot. That's it. So awesome. Hey, Boomer. Yeah, Charles gonna hook you up. That's awesome. So we will see y'all when we see y'all. Soda Pop tasting coming out this week, and yeah, hold those doors open. Let Terry's wife ahead of you in traffic. Nope, wrong co-host. Try it again. Doug's wife ahead of you in traffic because she's real. Terry's wife not so much. No, she's very quiet. That's why we no. Anyway.
Still searching.
Yeah. See you, folks. Be good to each other. Happy tone chasing and all that fun stuff. Where's the videos? There's the videos. Dale at the end? Because we've rambled? Maybe. He's like, haha, you fooled me before. So anyways, yeah. Be good to each other, folks, and don't let her.
See you, Dale.